Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we have a top 3 best fragrances for a gentleman. This video is a collaboration with my friend Pep from the channel The Scentinel. If you've not checked him out, please do so, he's great. And yeah, who better to ask for a gentleman fragrance than a gentleman? Take it away, Pep.
Hey everybody, please excuse the noise outside. We've got birds chirping all over the place. It's dusk here. I want to say thank you to Peter for asking me to come on and do this collaboration with him. The video brief was basically 3 fragrances that I think a gentleman would wear, or 3 types of gentlemen might wear these fragrances. So knowing a little bit about Peter's tastes, I've gone for pretty mainstream fragrances here, and I had a little think about this and decided that I wasn't going to go with a strict dictionary definition of what I think a gentleman is. To me, a gentleman is someone who has very good manners, knows how to handle himself in most social situations, and probably would try never to purposely offend anybody or be rude. So with that in mind, I haven't chosen any fragrances that a lot of people might find challenging, a bit stanky, and I've gone for some classics here. So the first fragrance I've gone for is from the house of Guerlain. It's Heritage. This is the Eau de Toilette, which is one of my favorite fragrances. Now, the kind of gentleman I see wearing this is your well-travelled, well-read, been there, done that kind of gentleman. Maybe he's a bit older, but really the word I'm looking for this gentleman is very worldly, and I think that reflects this fragrance perfectly. It's just beautifully balanced, multifaceted, complex, reveals bits of itself as the wear goes on, and is just a classic smelling, woody, spicy fragrance from Guerlain. It's been around since the early 90s, and it's still my fragrance of choice when I just want to feel confident and gentlemanly and classy. That's Guerlain's Heritage. Okay, so the second fragrance I've chosen is probably more where I'm thinking about a gentleman who is very conscious about the way he looks, about the way he presents himself, wants to just feel clean and fresh all the time, very sharp, and the scent matches the way he dresses. And this one is from Penhaligon's, and it's none other than the classic Fougère Sartorial. This is basically Brut 33 for gents with cash, but honestly it is a great smelling Fougère. It's I was tossing up between this and Yves Saint Laurent's Rive Gauche, but I like that this has just a little bit of an edge over Rive Gauche, which is just luxurious, clean, fresh barbershop smell. And this one has this metallic note in it, which I really like, and really gives it a bit of an edge. So my third fragrance, and this I chose for the gentleman who maybe has a little bit of mystery, a bit of a dark side, and probably has some skeletons in the closet, but he'll never reveal them. I chose Idole EDP from the House of Luban. I love this because of the dark, mysterious nature of the woods and spices in here, the gorgeous boozy rum, which, you know, adds a bit of extra depth and you know, sort of suggestion about what kind of character might wear this fragrance. It's very elegant, it's very sophisticated, but it has a darkness, it has a depth that the others probably don't have. So it's for that gentleman, maybe with a bit of mystery, a bit of a dark side. That's Idole from Luban. Peter, thank you so much for having me on, and I look forward to hearing your choices.
Hope you enjoyed Pep's best recommendations for a gentleman. I'm going to talk about my top 3 as well. And what comes to mind for me are usually kind of woody aromatics when I think of a polite, charming gentleman, someone well-dressed, well-mannered. Woody aromatics come to mind first. The most obvious one to me is Creed's Royal Oud, which I'll probably own a bottle of one day when I have spare change. It has kind of main notes of, I would say, woody elements. There's a lot of cedarwood. I don't get too much of the oudy vibe, but really it's kind of a mixture of woods. There's a little bit of galbanum. It kind of gives it a dusty kind of green note. But it's a really, really good woody aromatic is basically how I would describe it. A mix of woods and greens and a little bit spiced and just really well blended. A fantastic fragrance. It's very gentleman-y and yeah, sophisticated, charming, masculine, just perfect for a well-rounded gentleman in my opinion. So Creed Royal Oud is my first choice. There is actually a couple from Creed that would fit into this category as well. Green Irish Tweed from the top of my head, as well as a couple of others. So Creed is a good kind of brand to go to for a gentleman kind of fragrance. The next fragrances that come to mind for me are ones based around the note of vetiver. For me, vetiver has a very gentleman-y kind of smell to it. I think it works very, very well. It reminds me of a sophisticated gentleman. I'm going to mention actually 3 fragrances because there's actually a lot to pick from when it comes to vetiver as being a main note. The first one that comes to mind is one I tested very recently, and it was my favourite from the line actually. Mask Milano sent me some sample set, and there's one in there called Hemingway, which is a really nice vetiver note as the main kind of feature, and I was quite impressed. That was my favourite from the line. Vetiver, very kind of, in my opinion, masculine, mature, elegant, sophisticated, charming. It kind of embodies what a gentleman should be. For me at least, that's the impression it gives to me. So we have Mask Milano, Hemingway. Another one that comes to mind straight away is Frederic Malle, Vetiver Extraordinaire. Again, another fantastic vetiver note in that fragrance, and it stars as the main feature of the whole scent, hence the name. So if you've not checked out Frederic Malle's take on that, then do so. It's a really good option if you're into vetiver. The third one is by Parfums de Marly, and this is one I actually recommended that Pep should wear. I think it would suit him very well, and it features a main note of vetiver, and this one is called Byerly. I'm probably pronouncing it incorrectly, but it features vetiver. There's a little bit of spice and citrus, but those 3 are really good options for a gentleman fragrance. The last choice is a fragrance that I own myself, and it's by Kilian, and it's called Sacred Wood. So all my choices are based around woody notes, but that for me is what I smell when I picture a gentleman. Sacred Wood, beautiful sandalwood note. It's slightly spiced, slightly creamy and milky, but very pure in the sandalwood essence that it tries to give out. And sandalwood is very elegant notes, very beautiful, very just charming, and it has great sillage. It's beautiful in the air. It's not too overstated and it's not too strong. Beautiful choice for a gentleman. Those are my top 3 fragrances for a gentleman. Thank you to Pep. Cheers buddy, I appreciate you being in my video. Thank you very much. If you've not checked out the Scentinel, please do so, and I'll see you all next time with another video. Take care everyone. Bye.